Okay, and we're recording, so good morning everybody. I'm really chuffed to be sitting this morning with Liz and Kelly from Silver Lining Gumboots. Liz and Kelly, how's it?
Hi Trevor. Hey Trev.
Thanks for taking, we thought we'd take 5 or 10 minutes. For those of you just listening to the video, I've known Liz and Kelly for a long time. We worked in all sorts of businesses together, and for the last couple of years, they've been building an amazing new business, getting into new areas and getting into the amazing world of ladies fashion, in particular ladies footwear, and building an online shoe business from the ground up. So I thought just a lovely story that a lot of you might be really interested in, and knowing what Liz and Kelly have done to build this business from the ground up. And it's always great where people can learn from each other, and there's just been some great stuff happening. So if you don't mind, well, thanks to both of you for the time. I'll just hand to you, maybe each of you, just quickly a quick sort of introduction and sort of who you are, and tell us a bit about the business and what it is you do. Then we'll get into some detail. Liz, can we start with you?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Liz Payne. Started Silver Lining Gumboots with the amazing Kelly, and yeah, the two of us really just wanted to build the business up and wanted to do something together that we both really enjoyed. And what better than ladies fashion?
Hi, I am Kelly from Black. Liz and I have been friends for many years, and I started working with Liz around 2017. And then a year later, we decided to start Silver Lining Gumboots, purely because of the need for a fashionable pair of ladies gumboots. We definitely found that there was a gap in the market for that. And we're 3 years down the line and
going strong.
Yeah, going strong.
And still friends.
Yeah, what do they say? The only ship that doesn't float is a partnership, but they're amazing when they go well. And so chuffed. I love working with partners like yourself, where you can still maintain the friendship as well as the business. But yeah, so maybe just tell us in a bit more detail. So you said that you saw a gap in the market. How did it go about? Had you done this kind of thing before, or was it brand new to you? And how does one start a footwear business from the ground up?
So yeah, I think there's been a lot of learning curves. So neither of us were actually in the footwear industry at all. So we've learned a huge amount about manufacturing. In terms of a gap in the market, whenever we went to our kids' sports functions, when we were standing on the side of the field and our tackies were all wet or our leather boots were soaked, we always used to get so frustrated. And then when you look for alternatives, there are only these, what we call gross gardening gumboots. So they literally don't look fashionable. You literally look like you should be in the garden, which is where they belong. So what we wanted was like a practical, stylish ladies gumboot,
or fitted, stylish looking, fashionable, that you could wear from the sports ground to the shop.
Yeah, without missing a beat. So just so you were always comfy, your feet were dry, and that's kind of where we saw the gap and what we wanted to fill. I don't know if you have anything to add.
No, that's it. I think we didn't know anything about the retail business, but we did a lot of research. We went to the manufacturer, we saw how the boots were made, we got involved in the manufacturing process from the start. And I think both of our experience in the digital marketing field, we knew what customers were looking for online. And I think our focus was to keep it an online business. And our marketing background definitely helped the business sort of get its mark online. And we had a lot of contacts and friends along the way that could help us build our business.
Fantastic. Do you maybe have one or two of the boots that you can show us, just so anybody, and just sort of say who's the ideal sort of customer, who's your target markets, and the kind of, so people can get a picture of what it is?
So these are the tall gumboots. These were the originals, okay? And these are more fitted ladies gumboots. They are compared a lot to an equestrian or riding gumboot. And then what we did for ladies with bigger calves is we made a mid calf. So we basically just cut this one and trimmed it up nicely for ladies with bigger calves. Because we've had quite a lot of requests to sort of adjust this, but it's sort of more cost effective that way to make a mid-calf. And they are available in black with a black sole or black with a toppy sole. And then you get ones with various leather trims. And then we've got some new ones, which we're going to be launching in March. This.
Yeah. And do you want us to show you the new ones?
I was actually going to do a drum roll, so I think please, it's so cool. The timing's perfect because you're launching these.
We are finally doing color, which has always been a goal of ours.
Yeah.
So we got the mid-calf in a yellow. It's not a sunshine yellow, it's more of a deep mustardy yellow in the mid-calf, and they call this the Chelsea style.
Very cool, really cool. So great. So now it's nice to see where it's going, as well as you're adding onto the range, because what you did early on was you kept it very, and I remember you having to make these tough decisions where you want to, how many sizes are you able to do? How many varieties of the boot are you able to offer early on as you're building that business? If you could share probably maybe what are the kind of biggest challenges of that you've gone through, or maybe some of the biggest lessons that you've learned over the last 3 years?
I could say our biggest challenge was, because we wanted to keep it proudly South African and locally South African, we were restricted to only 3 sizes. So we decided to go with the most popular sizes, so 5, 6, and 7. And I think we've had a lot of requests for size 8, which we are going to assure ladies that we are going to be launching, but sort of thing takes time, because we didn't want to order from China and just get a run-of-the-mill, generic product. We wanted to tailor make our own product. So that's one of the challenges and hurdles that we're going to be sort of being focused on this year. Don't know what are the challenges maybe that are just going to stand out.
Yeah, I think that definitely, I think Cal's nailed it. I think that's our biggest challenge, is that we didn't want to do imported from China, and by sticking to our guns, it's taken us a bit longer, but we're happy with our decision.
Okay. And is there anything from your learning of the industry, any kind of industry insight or anything interesting about the industry itself that you might want to share that people might find interesting, or to share some of the learning that you've gone through?
People don't have the same size feet.
Okay.
Yeah. And for one pair of shoes, for one set, for example, this pair, is one mold. You cannot change the mold or the shape or the design. You need a completely different mold for a different shoe, which we learned right at the beginning. I wasn't aware of that. Yeah. So for each shoe that's on the market, there's its own mold, which is absolutely crazy, which can be quite expensive. But that's why we've decided to invest in this mold, because we found that
fits our look and feel.
Fantastic. And any sort of one thing that you could say that's been a key, because you maybe just give us an idea of the kind of growth that you've been going through, and possibly one thing that's been key in helping that happen.
So I would say the key, and not to be cheesy, but has actually been working with Action Coach.
I promise I was asking for a plug there. I was talking around the margins, but keep going.
No, but we'll get to the margins. But honestly, working with Action Coach has helped us such a lot. It's forced us to take time to look at our numbers. It's forced us to take time to work on our business and not just in our business. And I think for the first time, I've realized how important that is, because when I think of exercise, you always think, it's the exercise I need to do to keep fit. But it's also what you're putting into your body. And I think it's the same in business. You actually have to spend time putting the right stuff in to get the right stuff out. So definitely, all credit to Action Coach for helping us on that journey. And then in terms of the margins and in terms of where and our growth, just to give you an idea, what we were turning over in a quarter, we're now turning over in a month. So that's amazing.
And another one is where do you see the business going? What's next?
You know, Liz and I wear all the hats, you know, from customer relations, marketing, orders, distribution, everything. So I think our goal would definitely be to employ someone else or many other people to handle the process of the getting it from the manufacturer to the CMT and out to order and deliver to the customer. That process is very time consuming, which takes us away from maybe new product development and things like that. So in order for us to grow, I think we will need to employ and get a whole system to set up that can manage the process of getting it from creation to the actual customer.
Okay. And I know a lot of people that haven't come across you before would be interested to see the boots. Obviously, the focus is online, but you've got a number of resellers, and so chuffed that you've got your first overseas orders happening as well. Maybe just to wrap up, because I know we said we'd keep this short and sweet, is if people want to check out the boots and look at them in prices and what have you, what would you recommend? What's the next step?
So definitely on our website. At www.silverlininggumboots.co.za, or you can do some social media stalking on Instagram, Facebook, or Pinterest, or so find us anywhere online. Just type in Silver Lining Gumboots into Google and we should pop right up.
Yeah, you can send us an email or call us. You can search us on Google and all our information will pop up there, and you can get in touch with us in many ways.
Brilliant. Thanks for that. What I'll do is I'll put the link at the bottom of the video as well when we publish it. But thanks so much for the time. Great to connect, and I love what you guys are doing. Keep it up. I look forward to seeing what this year does. And Liz, Kelly, thanks a lot. Enjoy the rest of the day and the weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trevor.
Thanks, Trevor.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Be safe.
Bye.